Good morning students. Welcome to the virtual lectures. In our last lecture we were doing some of the numericals. Still the lecture was becoming longer, so we stopped it over there. Still we will do it today in this lecture also, certain numericals. We will see it how the different numericals can be calculated, and then you will make a practice of such numericals from your reference books. As already I told you, from the text, solved numericals are there in the textbook. You can see it and do it. Unsolved numericals already I am giving you to be done in a form of notes from the textbook. Rest of it for the practice we are doing it by using some reference books. Right? Now today, for certain other numericals, we have been having the rate of formation, of a dimer is of second order, for a second order reaction is 9.5 into 10 raised to minus 5, 9.5 into 10 raised to minus 5 mole liter inverse second inverse at 0.01 mole per liter. Calculate the rate constant. Now, particularly, it is given to us, the rate of the reaction, rate of the formation is given to us, and we have been asked to calculate the rate constant. So, for this case, first of all, if I go it for a virtual answer, reaction, imaginary reaction, because reaction is not given to us. So, can I write it as, the reaction as, there is some molecule of A, it's dimerized. So, two molecules are getting converted into E2. Can we write it? Rate of formation of dimer. So, molecule of A is getting converted into dimer, two molecules. So, 2A gets converted into E2. It's a second order reaction. So, that means the rate we will be getting it as K A raised to X, but X is equals to 2. It is given to us that it's a second order reaction. So, rate is equals to K A raised to X. Now, rate is again given to me. Rate is given to me as 9.5 into 10 raised to minus 5. That is given to us. The concentration of A, that is also given to us. Mole per liter. Right? We want to find out the rate constant for it. Now, we will be getting it as a rate constant is given to us as 9.5 into 10 raised to minus 5, that is equals to K 0.01 raised to 2, because your order of reaction is 2, right? So what we will be getting it, 9.5 10 raised to minus 5, this can I write it as 1 into 10 raised to minus 2 whole square, that is K. Therefore, K is equals to 9.5 into 10 raised to minus 5, 1 into 10 raised to minus 4. You can cancel it. It will remain as minus 1. So that means K is equals to 0.95. What will be the order of the unit for it? Now here, unit is going to be very important for us. Unit, we are going to get it as mole per liter raised to 1 minus 2 second inverse, because your order of reaction is 2. So this one will become as 9.5 liter mole inverse second inverse. The unit is going to be very, very important to be indicated in the numericals. Right? So that is for the how to calculate it, the rate constant. Right? Now after that, let's do it as another question. This time it is given to us for the decomposition of N2O5. Decomposition of N2O5, that is given to us in the form of N2O5 decomposes to N2O4 plus half O2. The decomposition reaction is given to us, right? If the rate law that is K into N2O5 and K is 1.68 into 10 raised to minus 2 second inverse. Starting with 2.5 moles of N2O5. In a 5-liter container. Five-liter container at 298 Kelvin. How many moles of N2O5? How many moles of N2O5 would remain? After 1 minute. No, particularly for this numerical. This is the question that is given to us. Now, it does help me from the rate law. It helps me that it's a first order reaction. Even from the unit of the K, it helps me that it's a first order reaction. See, rate law, that is equals to K N2O5. Now this is indicated as 1, right? So that helps me that it's a first order reaction. Even the K is given to me 1.68 into 10 raised to minus 2 second inverse. This also, both of them helps me that it's a first order. It's a first order reaction, right? Now, according to the integrated rate equation, K is equals to 2.303 by T log initial concentration upon concentration at given time. This is for the integrated rate equation for the first order. Now, question is given to us. K is given to me 1.68 10 raised to minus 2 2.303. After 1 minute, 1 minute means I have to convert it, this 1 minute time equals to 1 minute, that will be equals to 60 seconds, because K is given to me in the terms of seconds. So we put it as 60 log R0 initial concentration. It's a 2.5 in a 5-liter container. It's a 2.5 in a 5-liter container, so can I convert it as molarity is equals to moles per liter, that is 2.5 by 5, so 1 by 2, that is 0.5 mole per liter. We will be getting it, the initial concentration is 0.5, and RT we want to find out, concentration at a given time. So what now we will have to do it is, for simplicity, log 0.5 upon RT, that is equals to 1.68 10 raised to minus 2 into 60 upon 2.303. This one will give me one answer which will be putting it as 0.5 upon RT, and whatever the answer you are getting it, we'll take it as NT log of the given term. We'll place it over here, we'll get the NT log, and we want it as an RT, so that means 0.5 upon NT log of E. That will give me a concentration. Okay, so log and NT log, again they are going to be very important for us in these sums. Is it clear? Okay, now let's do the one more, something different. Now, particularly for this numerical, it is given to us the rate constant of the first order reaction. The rate constant for the first order reaction involving compound A was found. To be 0.082 millinewtons. When the initial concentration of A is 0.15 mole per liter, how long will it take for the concentration of A to drop to 0.03 mole liter inverse. Okay, now this is a sum that is given to us. Now what is, again it's a first order, so that means integrated rate equation will be getting it as 2.303 by T log R0 by RT. Now it is given to me rate constant is this much, so K is given to us 0.082, 2.303. T I want to calculate it, right? Okay, log initial concentration is 0.15 and the concentration is dropped to 0.03. That means it's a left out concentration. Here you have to be very, very careful while writing it. If it is dropped by 0.03, then it would be over here 0.12, but it is dropped to 0.03, right? So that means you have been given A is 0.15, so A minus X, it's already given to us 0.03, so we will be putting over here 0.03. A minus X itself is 0.03, right? Okay, so we will be getting over here, answer is 5. T is equals to 2.303 0.082 log 5. The value of log 5 you can calculate it. From the log table you can get the answer. It's a 0.6990. So calculate it, and the unit you have to be again in this. It's not second, it's a minute, because the rate constant is given to us in the terms of minute inverse. So unit, the time we will be getting it in the terms of minutes, right? Okay. Now, the next sum that is given to us, the rate constant for a zero order reaction. The rate constant for a zero order reaction is 0.25 mole second inverse. What is the initial concentration? Initial concentration of the reactant if after 30 minutes its concentration is 0.075 mole liter inverse. Right? Now, particularly for this, what is given to us? Zero order reaction. Zero means we will be getting it as K is equals to R naught minus RT upon T. The unit we get it. The formula for the zero order reaction. Right? For the integrated first order reaction, we got it as log K is equals to, K is equals to 2.303 T log R0 by RT. Particularly for this, we are going to get it as K is equals to R naught minus RT upon T. The rate constant is given to initial concentration. Rate constant that is given to us 0.25. R naught, we want to calculate it. RT is given to us 0.075. Time is given to us 30 minutes. Now it's a simple one. Make it as a calculation. 0.25 into 30, that is equals to R naught minus 0.075. Therefore, R naught will be equals to 0.25 into 30 plus 0.075. That will be mole per liter. Right? So in this, again, like in the previous chapters also, whatever we studied it, we know it that once if we get the formula which is to be utilized, simply put the values and get multiplication, addition, subtraction, division to be done in it, and you will get the answers. Right? Okay, let's do it one more. This time the question is given to us. Time required to decompose SOCl2 to half of its initial concentration is 60 minutes. If the decomposition is of first order, calculate the rate constant. Now see, the sum is being made out very easy for us by saying it that the decomposition is of first order. Now if certain cases, certain numericals might be the condition for the decomposition, they might have not given to you, you have to always remember, if the given reaction is radioactive, if the given reaction is decomposed, then they will be always of first order, that is fixed. Decomposition or radioactive, they will be always of first order. Right? Rate constant is being asked. Now half-life is given to us. TF is given to us 60 minutes and K is been asked. So for first order reaction, K is equals to 0.693 by TF. So you will have to simply put the value and get the answer, but while writing it, be careful. The unit has to be specified. Here we are being given 60 minutes, so K will be taken in the terms of minute inverse. If it is in the seconds, I will have to multiply it and I will have to put it multiplied by 60, and then I will have to put the unit second inverse. So like that a question can be there for you. Okay, calculate the rate constant under the different units of second inverse or minute inverse or days inverse or maybe in the hour inverse, whatever. Accordingly the formula has to be there. Okay, hope so that it is clear to everyone how to go for such type of numericals. Make it as a practice of many such type of other numericals for yourself, right? This is your first part of the chapter has been completed. In our next lecture we will be discussing it related to the effect of the temperature on the rate constant. Till now we did it as in concentration. The second part we will do it as in temperature, effect of temperature on the rate constant, and that we will be explaining it with the help of Arrhenius equation, but that we'll do it in our next lecture. So make sure that you solve all the numericals of your textbook, unsolved, solved, and make a practice of other reference books. Thank you.